Super speed. So my name's Kofi, Jorge Melo Sanchez, and I'm going to be speaking about Limitless. It's my creation. I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys like it. So index, pre limitless questions, bio, pre-theory, reset theory, subconscious tricking, path towards limitlessness, and checkpoint theory. Then finally the conclusion. You notice that I added some emojis to indicate the importance of some of the subjects on here. So pre. I know I'm the last presentation. I know you guys are tired. I know that coffee time is just around the corner, but I spent quite a lot of time on this presentation, not just for me, but to make it entertaining and practical for you guys to be able to leave this with something. So let's make a deal. I ask for one thing and one thing only, your attention. 10 to 15 minutes of your attention for knowledge. Some concepts that could possibly change the way you see your next 24 hours, your next 7 days, your next 30 days, your next 365 days, or maybe even the rest of your life. Fair enough? Let's get to it. I want to see some hand movement here. Who here believes they're limitless? Who here believes that if a goal, an objective was planted in their minds by themselves, who here would achieve that goal? Go. Of those of you who did not raise your hand, look at me. Why not? The human mind is the most powerful tool that we have access to, and it is available for every single one of us. So why not? Quickest bio I quickest bio you've ever seen. So after IB, International Baccalaureate, I got some awesome grades. I won't say that. I went to Valencia, Do City. If you don't know what Valencia is, go grab a book or something, cause damn. But I had one question in mind, one single question. It is this thing, this cliche, I guess, that you see in a lot of places, and it is New City, New Me, big ass question mark behind that. And I want to tell you guys that that is true. That is more than true. I found after walking around Valencia, doing some things actively that I didn't like doing some. I found a new version of me. I found a new version of Coque, and I realized that the main conclusion that I drew from my year in Valencia is that character is not something solid. It is not something intrinsic to one's being and one's persona. Character is something fluid. It is something that you can mold. You guys have your character and you guys can change your character. Anything that you do not like about yourselves can be changed. You just have to want to change it. There's a light inside of you guys, and that light can grow. You can make that light grow. You are the only person that has the power to make that light grow. One of the ways to make this light grow is to see the things, notice the flaws inside of your character, notice the flaws inside of you that you believe are flaws, not the ones that other people say, but the ones you believe are flaws, because those are the ones that are truly important, and change them. Pre-theory. Original version of this is bloom brawl. It sounds absurd, but it'll make sense in like 2 seconds. To be limitless, you must believe you are limitless. You can be limitless, but if you don't believe, if you're like, okay, yeah, but like not really, right? Like there's something. No, anything. If you believe you can do anything, you can do anything. It sounds super simple, but it's kind of complicated to grasp. Hmm. The simplified version is believe you're limitless and limitless you'll be. Believe you're limitless and limitless you'll become. Okay. Damn, it's my turn. All right, so hypnosis example about this. About the fact. So the more belief you have, the more power that you have over yourself to change. Give an example about that, because that's what I have to give the example about. So, um, imagine you're trying to seduce somebody or you're trying to persuade somebody. If you, for some reason, have the belief inside of you, if you convince yourself that you're an amazing persuader, you're going to be better at persuading. And if you convince the other person that you're going to be better at persuading, you're going to be awesome. Horrible. So convince yourself that you have the power, and power you shall see. Reset theory. A reset is an instance in time in which you realize a mistake and actively attempt betterment. So it's basically the acknowledgement that every day every reset can be seen as an opportunity to become better, to become a better you, as an opportunity to redefine who you are towards awesomeness. If you understand this, your productivity, not just in self improvement, but in everything else, could see astronomical improvement. I made a little diagram for you guys. So, big circles, week, month, what is this? So, a day, look at the day. Day circle, please. Eyes on the day circle. A day is a reset. And the resets can get bigger and can get smaller. So people work in resets. We live in resets, but normally people live in once a year resets, as you've heard the New Year, New Me expression. But we take every single reset into our consciousness. The ones that know about reset theory take every single thought, every single reset that exists into consciousness, in the sense of a day is a normal reset. Then a week is like a big reset, like a compilation of resets, and you can see back in the week and see what you've done. Instead of in singular days, you see the entirety of the week. Same thing with months and same thing with years. Now, the productivity lies in the micros over here. Those mini circles that say hour and say minute. An hour is a mini reset, and a minute is a micro reset. You can see your days as having multiple resets inside of them. And that is when you can start to like completely redefine yourself towards whatever you want. So the optimization of reset theory is splitting your resets into 30 minutes. 30-minute resets. So instead of 24 resets in a day, you have 48. Minus the 16 that you're sleeping, you have 32 resets a day. 32 chances and opportunities to become a better you. How does that sound? Doesn't that sound at least a little bit cool? While everybody else is doing this only one time a year. Not even. So basically, reset theory is based off. Doesn't matter if you went to the gym yesterday. Doesn't matter if you did. You go to the gym today, and you'll do it tomorrow as well. And that shows your subconscious that you can do things. It shows your subconscious that you are competent. Now, Cambridge says that competence is the ability to do something. I don't like that. I think it's very broad, very general. Mine is still general. Mine is still broad, but it's it's a bit more striking. My definition sounds more like competence is the ability to execute something efficiently. I'll give you a little thing on competence. Competence is actually a very powerful persuasion technique. And like persuasion technique. If you believe, imagine somebody comes up to you, same premise as before. Imagine somebody comes up to you and says, like, I'm the best persuader ever. I'm the most seductive person that's ever existed in the world. Ever. Like, I can seduce anybody. You're gonna be like, maybe this guy can seduce me. He's oozing competence. Because it like goes into their subconscious. So basically, once you trick your subconscious, like forget about other people. Once you trick your subconscious, it's over without going any further. Everybody here has habits. Everybody here has lost some habits. Everybody here has gained new habits. Do you guys remember the time that when you first gained a new habit, not first started doing, no, first actually gained it as a habit? Do you realize that it started getting easier? That's because when you get into the habit of doing something, that something becomes like drinking water, like brushing your teeth. It becomes effortless. It becomes frictionless. So the path towards limitlessness. We're getting towards the end, guys. Don't worry. So the first step is easy. It's understanding what I just told you guys. It's understanding that the power is already inside you guys, and the only thing that you have to do is, yeah, and the fact you have to understand that you have the power to change. And once you understand the idea of the more power you have, the more power you believe you have, the more power you have, the more power that is at your disposal, You become completely and absolutely unstoppable. Now, the second step is a bit harder. It's making the decision that you actually want to change because it's very comfortable to be comfortable. It's very easy to stay on the couch. It's so easy. I do it still to this day sometimes. So the hardest part is making the decision that you actually want to change something. And you probably won't think much about what I'm saying right now or when you leave to go grab a coffee. And you maybe won't for 4 months. But maybe, just maybe, on that fifth month, you're scrolling through TikTok. You're scrolling through Instagram Reels. And you come across something, an image, a video, a person speaking that makes you click. And makes you come to the realization of, oh my God, I can change. I should change. I have to change. And oh, then you can actually go back to YouTube and watch this presentation if you want and try to apply these theories into your life. On the bench concept. The path towards the third step is easier and it's continuing, which, and this is when it starts to like go like exponential. The more you do something, the easier it gets to like absolutely crazy extents. So why? Mainly because your subconscious does not let you stop, and you're gonna like the fact that it doesn't make you stop. You'll begin to hit checkpoints. You'll begin to hit points that points of no return, basically. A checkpoint is a point in life experiences which stops you from going back to something that you did not like about yourself, or behavioral patterns that you deemed unhealthy. Once you reach a certain point in your life, your subconscious is reprogrammed, and it starts telling you, it starts making you do things to a point where you cannot stop doing them. Or if you stop doing them, you're not going to stoop back down to the level at which you started. It becomes harder and harder to fall off the wagon as you go on and on. So, for example, imagine you wake up at 1 p.m. and you want to wake up earlier. You start waking up at 9 a.m. But when you start missing alarms, because you'll probably miss some alarms, and once you start missing alarms, you won't be waking up at 1 p.m. You'll wake up at 10, 11, maybe even 12, but not 1. And when you change it again and go to 6 a.m., for example, you will not be when you miss an alarm. You won't be waking up at 9 anymore. You'll wake up at 8, 7, you know? Sorry. Here. Oh my God, that's so ugly. Regardless. So, as you can see, you have some checkpoints here, and this is the point of no return, basically. Like, but the good no return, the no return that we like. For example, if you stop smoking and you're never gonna want to start smoking again. So the point of no return would be like way more present if you take checkpoint theory in mind. So basically, the conclusion: your parents were right on one thing: you can do anything and everything that you put your mind to. Second, to be limitless, you must believe you can be limitless. Once you understand that the more power you have, the more belief you have over yourself and the power that you have, the more power that you have at your disposal. This power is not just mine, it's already inside every single one of you guys, and you just have to understand this to start living it. Competence is the ability to execute something efficiently. It is a very powerful persuasion tool, and it's if you don't know how to do it, just fake it until you make it, basically. Next, I said this already. The more belief, the more power you have. Very simple. Try to remember one of the examples because I don't have time. Checkpoint and reset theory. A reset is an instance of time once you realize a mistake or that you did something wrong and you actively attempt to correct it. You actively attempt betterment. A checkpoint is a moment in life experiences in which your subconscious, in which you reach a certain point where it becomes harder and harder to fall off the wagon. It becomes harder and harder to stop doing that thing. You guys can start right now, but you probably won't, and that's completely fine. But taking into consideration what I said before, then if you find it in a few months, You can come ask me. I will explain it to you again, or you can rewatch this presentation on YouTube. There's a million things to do. And thank you guys so damn much, not just for today, because you guys have been helping alongside, like, every single class. You guys have been helping me become better at speaking and at giving presentations. And you guys have been the first steps in my motivational speaker career. And I want to say thank you. And I want to say thanks so much to Anna, because the theoretical classes mixed with the practical classes are awesome. I will steal that if I ever do classes. Everybody that helped with the presentation was amazing, and so were you guys. Everybody here deserves a coffee and something to eat. But if somebody has a question, I will be so glad to answer it. Thank you so much.